Welcome back to the North American LCS Spring Split. Thanks for sticking around. We're now joined by CLG's Hotshot GG. George, thanks for joining us. Congratulations on the win. First, and just a quick question. Running that comp or not running that comp, have you guys ever had a result like that in a game?
I don't think even in a scrim we've had a result like that. We pretty much just out-controlled them to like the fullest, and I think Curse responded really poorly that game.
And the game pretty much was in your favor the whole time. Rolling down the hill, the ball just kept getting bigger. First blood was at 23 minutes, and the game ended in under 25. We're going to go ahead and pull up the blue buff steal that happened in the early part of the game, because I think this had a lot to do with it. Was this planned, or did Aphromoo kind of walk into Christmas right here?
He walked into Christmas. This wasn't planned. Like, I was so excited when this happened. It was like a free win was gifted to us.
Yeah, like, how do you plan a one auto attack blue buff steal here? Yeah. Solo from Afro.
Oh, he didn't even flash. That was just a blunder.
At that point, Dominate's just like, oh my god.
Yeah.
And we don't see him again for the whole mid game pretty much. So basically, if somebody handed you this game on paper from this point, and they're like, okay, so you guys just stole blue buff, you put their jungler super far behind, and they did some interesting 2-versus-1 swaps where they're actually beneficial for your team, then you guys actually played this out almost like perfectly with all your rotations. What was the communication like during, after that first couple minutes?
I mean, the team knew everything was kind of in the bag. They failed the 2v1 swap. They thought they were going to swap into Vayne, but they ended up not swapping into Vayne. And then their 2v1 got screwed up because, Gragas lost his blue buff. So then on, it was just kind of playing defensive and waiting for us to just keep accumulating advantage.
When you guys were in the Battle of the Atlantic using Dexter, it seemed like it was a little bit slower. You would kind of lane wait and wait to snowball the lanes a little bit more. What was it, the roster change that made this transition change for you guys? You were rotating 110% better than ever before.
Well, the team has been improving and just practicing a lot. Battle of the Atlantic, they didn't have too much practice, but we've been scrimming like 12 hours a day. We've been practicing 12 hours a day, and like I'm hard on them, like to just keep trying and keep practicing because I didn't want me to come back for a week and have a bad performance. So I'm like, guys, you got to help me. We got to help each other. We got to keep practicing. So
this is obviously not going to be a permanent thing because you're still trying to get Dexter back, but has this little visit back into the competitive scene sort of reignited your interest in the game, or?
I mean, it's always been there, and it's fun to be back, just for a short time, and I really enjoyed it, and it was kind of nerve-wracking at the very start. Like the first 3 games, I was really, really like uncomfortable. Like I didn't feel the setup like I used to. I didn't feel my position the way I used to. Like everything was just unfamiliar. It was my first competitive match in mid, so it took a while to get used to, but I got used to it this game.
So can you compare your nerves coming back now to your nerves actually in the real biggest first competitive match that you had back when me and you played in the tournament before season 1? CLG.
I think our nerves were much bigger back then, especially yours.
All right, so you guys are done for the Super Week. How much, what did this win mean for you guys?
I mean, we expected to do okay, and we didn't expect, to have the world. And 2-2 is pretty good, when Dexter comes over. I think he'll be pretty content that we're 2-2, and, one of our opponents was Cloud9, and they're really, really strong, and they've always been. So, we kind of thought that would possibly go that way.
All right, well, congrats on the win. Best of luck in all the changes to come to Counter Logic Gaming, and thanks for joining us, George.